everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on this look right here. It's kind of a warm, coppery, negative space eyeliner look. I wanted to do this because I had kind of seen it floating around Instagram and I just kind of wanted to give it a try. So if you want to see how to get this look, then just keep on watching. I'm first going to start out by priming my eyes using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I'm just going to rub this all over my lid. I love this primer because I feel like it makes my eyeshadow last a lot longer. And I'm just going to go on with the Morphe 350 Matte, and I'm just going to use the lightest shade in the palette, and I'm going to set that primer down just so the colors that I put on top will blend a lot easier. Then I'm going to go on with this orangey shade right here, and I'm just going to start blending that in my crease. I'm going to kind of use this as a transition shade, and I'm just really going to build up that color. I'm using this on a Wet n Wild brush. This is just a crease brush, and again, I'm just building that color up because I want all my colors to kind of blend into that. Then I'm going to go into this reddish kind of brown chocolatey shade, and I'm going to begin putting that on my outer V, and I'm going to put that in my lower crease area. So I'm not taking this as high as I took that orange shade. I just want to put this color to put a little more depth in the look. I'm going to hop back into that orange shade and just build that color up a little more. I just wanted a little more warmth to it. And then I'm also going to build up the chocolatey shade that we put in our crease as well. I'm going to take this shimmery copper shade here and I'm going to put this on my lid. I'm going to bring it about 3/4 of the way out. And I'm just using my finger because I want to get the most pigment that I can out of this shade. I'm going to go back in with that smaller crease brush that we used, and I'm just going to blend out the edges so we have no harsh lines. Then I'm going to go into this brighter orange shade, and I'm just going to pop that on the very center of my lid just to bring a little bit more light to that area. I'm going to start carving out that negative space area. I'm just using this on an angled brush, and I'm taking my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. Mine is in the shade Fair, and I'm just going to begin carving out where I want that area to be. And I'm kind of just starting off small because I'd rather be small and so I can build it up. It's just a lot easier that way than if you start out too big, then it's going to be kind of hard to erase that area. Just pretend that you're making a wing with winged liner, and you should be able to get it. And then I'm just taking my finger to blend that concealer out to make it look a little more skin-like. Now I'm going to start on my face. I went in first with the Smashbox PhotoFinish primer. I'm just putting this on the areas of my face that are the most porous, so around my nose and on my cheeks, and I put a little bit on my forehead and my chin. And then I used the Too Faced Hangover Rx. This is my first time using this primer, but I loved it so much. It's so hydrating. It smells nice, and when you kind of rub it in, it gets a little bit tacky, which I love when primers do that because I feel like it really makes my makeup stick on. And the foundation that I went in with first was the Makeup Forever foundation stick. Mine is in the shade 115 or R230. And then over that, I took the Loreal Infallible Pro Glow foundation, and mine is in the shade 202 Creamy Natural. I just put that Infallible foundation because I wanted to bring a little bit more dewiness to my face. And I'm just blending that in using my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. Then for highlighting my face, I'm going in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer again. It's in the shade Fair, and I'm just putting this on the areas of my face that I'd like to highlight. And then over that, I'm putting the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Porcelain because I don't want that Tarte Shape Tape Concealer to be so stark on my skin. And I'm just blending that concealer out with my Real Techniques sponge as well. I'm using the pointier side just because I feel like it's easier to get under my eyes with that side. Then I'm going to set under my eyes using my RCMA No Color Powder. I'm taking this on my sponge and I'm just pushing out any creases that I have under my eyes. And while looking up so I don't get any of those creases back, I'm just going to push that powder into my under eye. And I'm also going to take it on the areas that I contoured just to make that color blend a little easier. To bronze my face, I'm going to take the Nars Laguna bronzer. I started out with this, but I wasn't really loving the way that it was looking, so I ended up going over it with my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. I always use the Chocolate Soleil when in doubt. So then I felt like I got a little messy, so I put some more of that RCMA powder on my sponge, and I just used that to kind of carve out the area that I wanted to erase. And I left that there for a few minutes, and then I just brushed it away with a fluffy brush. I'm going to start on my brows. I am, of course, using my Anastasia brow definer in the shade Ebony. I honestly have not been doing my brows a ton lately. I'm just running the next product through it most of the time, which is the Loreal Brow Stylist Plumper, and mine is in the shade medium to dark. I usually just run that through my brows and call it a day just because it's so easy and it gives a little bit of pigment to the brows, and I love that so much. Moving back to my eyes, I'm going to take the Makeup Geek Duochrome Pigment in the shade Hologram, and I'm just going to spray a tiny little eyeliner brush, and I'm going to take that pigment and I'm going to run it along the line that we created earlier. This pigment is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love the Makeup Geek Duochrome so much, but it's like a peachy pink, and then it has like a kind of gold green reflect. And I'm just taking my concealer again and I'm just cleaning up the areas that I would like to clean up. Then I took this other duochrome shade. This is in the Morphe 35O Shimmer. It's a slight duochrome. It has a little bit of a pink peachy shift, and I'm just popping that in my inner corner. You can kind of see the shift in this shot. But I wanted it to be a little bit brighter, so I took the lightest shade in the 35O Shimmer and I just popped that right on top. Then for my lashes, I'm using the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. I think I need to get a new one. It felt a little bit dry when I was using it this time. But I love this mascara. I think it makes your eyelashes look freaking beautiful. Now I'm going to move on to my lower lash line. I'm just going to take that color that we popped in the crease earlier, that chocolatey brown, and I'm just going to run that on my lower lash line, and I'm focusing it mainly on the outer and inner part. Because I'm going to take this copper shade here and I'm just going to pop that in the center just to bring a little bit of shimmer down there. And then for my lower lashes, I'm going to pop on the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black. For my waterline, I'm going to take the Colourpop Creme Gel Liner in the shade Get Paid. Then I'm going to pop into this Jaclyn Hill Becca palette, and I first started out using the shade Rose Spritz for my blush. I love this blush, but I wasn't really loving it with this look, so I popped on the Rose Champagne from Wet n Wild. And for my highlight, I'm just going to use the Jaclyn Hill and Becca Champagne Pop. And last but not least, I'm going to pop the Lime Crime Liquid Lipstick in the shade Squash on my lips. This is kind of like a burnt orange shade. It's so beautiful, and I just love the way that it looks with these eyes. Okay guys, so this is the completed look. I really wanted to try the negative space eyeliner kind of thing that I've been seeing go around Instagram, and I really love the way that it turned out. I think it's really cool and really unique. It took a bit, it did, but I really love the way that it turned out. I love it. A list of all the products that I used will be in the description bar below. And if you enjoyed this look, don't forget to subscribe so you can see more like it. I love experimenting with things like this and seeing how it turns out. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye! How's it look?